and welcome to my creative space. Thank you so much for being here today. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to our creative squad. And if you're not subscribed already, I hope you will consider to subscribe and join this creative squad. In today's video, I share 4 new DIYs, in which 3 of them are Christmas. I had so much fun creating this. I hope you're excited to see how I created these. So let's get started. For this DIY, I'm taking this wall decor that looks like an ornament, and I'm going to remove the metal part from it. Now I'm going to finish tracing this circle so I can cut this part off. Once I have it traced, I just used my scissors and I was able to cut this off. So that's what I did with mine. You could use a crafting knife and it would work perfectly fine. Once I have that cut off, I will be taking this contact paper that honestly has seen better days, but as you can tell, I had it already on hand and it's a little bit wrinkly, but don't worry about it because I'm going to fix that in a second. This contact paper is from the Dollar Tree, and so I decided to peel off the decoration or sticker or whatever it has on it. This part is optional. I don't know, I just wanted to get rid of it. But anyway, moving on, I'm going to start by peeling off the contact paper. And so I saw this technique at I think her name is Bargain Bethany. She used this type of thing that looks like a blow dryer, but it's not a blow dryer, so I will find out what it's called and I will leave it in the description box. But she said that using that helps the contact paper to get more stretchy and be able to, I guess, put it on there a little bit smoother. So I used my blow dryer for that because I figure it would work the same way. So I just basically put it on top of it and then I started blowing on it, and then I just started tugging on the paper, and that's pretty much what I did, to be honest, until it was completely flat. You will see in a second that I will also be grabbing this, I don't know what this is called, but you could use like a ruler or something that would help you smooth this down. The technique does work, and I thought it was genius. I don't know, this is the first time that I've seen it and the first time that I've done it, so there is that. But this actually works. It does take a little bit of like pulling and flattening, but it does work. So this is all I'm going to be doing for now. Here is what it looks like after the process. As you can see, it does work. So if you want to try it, you can, if you hadn't seen this technique like I hadn't. But anyway, moving on. So I flipped it over and now I'm going to trim the edges so I could manage them better and be able to flatten the edges better. So I decided to glue them down because my contact paper wasn't very sticky, or it didn't want it to stick to this piece of cardboard or whatever material this is. So that's what I'm doing. I'm adding glue and then just pulling on it and tugging on it. And as you can see, my blow dryer was on because I wanted to warm up the contact paper to be able to tug on it and have it more smooth on the edges. Now I'm taking 5 of these wooden cubes and I'm going to be gluing those to the back of my circle, and those are going to be used as legs. I really like this. I think it turns out really cute and very affordable, and it looks like it's actually made out of wood if you ask me, but let me know what you think. For this DIY, I will be using these 2 glass bottles, and all I did was spray paint them white. And then after that, I grabbed this snow spray from the Dollar Tree, and all I did was spraying my bottles. This DIY is very easy and simple, and it's just to give you an idea of what you can do with stuff you already have at home that you might not know what to do with. I think this turned out super cute and it could be a really cute centerpiece. I also took some of these glittery leaves. I don't know what they're called, I'm sorry, but they're very glittery and they're silver, I'm sorry. And I just add them to my bottles. I also took some of these berries and just remove them or cut off the stems off the whole thing and just stick them in the bottle as well. And I think it ends up looking really cute and elegant. I really like how these turned out. It was one of my favorites because I like reusing stuff that I have at home. This is a picture of it and I love it. For this DIY, I'm taking 2 of these clear little jars and I will spray paint them white. Once they are spray painted, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace a square on one of the sides. And now I'm going to cut off the square that I traced, and I would use a crafting knife, but I broke mine a few weeks ago and I haven't go buy a new one, so this is why I use this. And now I'm going to take 4 of these wooden rods and I'm going to measure them and take this, I think they're called pruners, and it's like a gardening tool, and I'm going to cut them into the size I need them, and I will be doing this until I have 8 of these little sticks the same size. Now I'm taking some of this Dollar Tree fluorofoam and I'm going to cut it into the size to fit my little jar. And to make sure that it's not going to be moving around, I'm going to add some hot glue and glue it to my little jar. Now I'm grabbing 2 of these decoration pieces and they come with a clip at the bottom, which I'm not going to need and I'm going to remove, but I thought they would look super cute for my little future deers. I also grabbed 2 of these head deer decorations and I thought they were perfect for this project, so I started by grabbing a piece of a sanding sheet, and then I originally was just going to sand that part, but then when I grabbed it I realized that the glitter came off very easy and that it had peeled off for most of this head, so I decided to just go ahead and peel off the whole glitter. And honestly, it looked better this way anyway, because otherwise the head would be glittery and the body would have been not. Now I'm taking both of my reindeer heads that are now glitter free and I will be gluing them to my jars. I glued them to the lid of this jar. I just thought that that's where it would look better. Now I'm taking the legs of my reindeers, and you could also spray paint them whatever color you spray paint your reindeer with, but I decided to leave mine this natural color. I really liked how they looked, and for this I use hot glue. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have a stronger glue, I know I say this in all my videos, I promise you I'm going to get a stronger glue eventually, but I would use a stronger glue. Why? Because when you make this stand, the decoration, depending on what you use to decorate them with, could be very heavy and that is going to break the legs very easily. So I try hot glue and I just place them in different places on the jar until they were even, and I was able to make it stand, as you can see right there. The first one was easier. I don't know what was wrong with the second one. I could not figure it out, so I struggled a little more. But anyway, moving on, I had these little greenery pieces decorations from the Jingle Bell project. If you hadn't seen that video, then you should watch it because it's a good one. But anyway, I'm taking those decorations that I took away from that and I will be using them as my new decor pieces for my reindeer. This was a very extra step. I just took the 2 little pine cones that this decoration came with and I split them into the 2, and then I took the little jingle bells that actually came with the reindeer and glued them into place, and then I just trimmed the edges of this little bows to make them a little shorter. To cover up that middle part where I glued the reindeer into the jar, I'm going to take this piece of jute rope and I'm just going to measure it around, and then I'm just going to hot glue it in place. And now I'm taking one of these decorations and I will be gluing that into my reindeer, and I think it looks super cute and adorable. Now I'm taking my little decoration piece that will be going inside my reindeer, and I don't like the red part. It wouldn't go with the theme that I'm trying to go for, and so I remove it. And I actually had this other white little berries from a past project. If you've seen my videos, you will know which one it is, but I'm taking those little berries and I will be replacing the red ones with the white ones. And now that they are done, it's time to place them in the reindeers. And let me tell you, this was one of my favorite DIYs. I had so much fun making it, and I just love how they turned out. So I feel like the deers were perfect and I just ruined them, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. So I took this snow spray and I just decided to spray paint it to spray my deers with. And the reason why I did this was because I could still see the hot glue where I glue my legs, and I didn't like it, so I thought, oh well, let's just add this and it would look like hair. But I don't know if I like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is what they turn out, and I really love how they look. For this DIY, I'm taking this mailbox that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I will be spray painting this white. And while that dries, I'm taking these 2 wood planks and I'm going to glue them together. I will be using hot glue for this, and I'm just gonna glue them to create a bigger square. Alright, to cover this, I'm going to use this paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. They had a sale when I bought them and it was like 4x4, and get them for $1. So that's where I got it, and I just grab that, trace it, and then I am just going to cut it off, and then I will be using hot glue to glue that into place. Okay, so I already had this piece of wood. If you saw my past project, my watch jewelry holder, I used that same wood, so I already had mine on hand. So I just took that, cut it into the size I wanted it, and then I just spray painted them. But you could use that sign that I was using that says Mary. Those are from the Dollar Tree, and you could grab a couple of them and glue them together. You would need 3 for the height that I use for mine, but you could use just 1 and just make it a smaller mailbox situation. But anyway, so I just glue my piece of wood into my wooden plank, and it was still very wobbly, so I decided to take some nails and nail it into place. If you use the wooden sign or the sign from the Dollar Tree, this is the one I just showed you, I feel like you wouldn't have to do this because that material is not very heavy and it would be fine. But this is what I had to do for mine to be able to use it how I wanted to use it, and now it's perfectly fine now that I've nailed the pieces. Now I traced a square on my box to see exactly where I was going to glue my box into, and then I just added some hot glue and glued that into place. Now I'm taking some of this Christmas garland from the Dollar Tree, and I decided to glue my 2 pieces together. I don't know why, I just thought it would make a difference. But anyway, once they were glued together, I glued them to the top of my stick, my wooden stick, and I just added some hot glue on there, and then I just held it, and then I just wrapped my garland around. And once I was all the way to the bottom, I glued that piece as well. Okay, so for some reason this box wouldn't close now. I don't know why. So I decided to add some hot glue onto the sides and wait until it was dry, and then I was able to close it without any problem. Now I'm going to take this garland ties and I'm going to create a greenery piece. So I'm gonna let you watch what I did. I did the same thing on one of my past videos, so I'm gonna let you watch because it'll be better than if I explain it. Just so you know, I will be creating 2 of these and I will be gluing those together to create one whole piece. Now I'm taking this burlap ribbon and I'm going to be using this to create a bow, and I will be cutting 3 pieces off of this, and I will start by taking one of the pieces, finding the middle of that piece, and then adding some hot glue in the middle, gluing my 2 ends to the middle, and then kind of pinch it together in the middle to create that pretty bow like. And then I am going to glue those pieces so they don't move around and the shape is hold. Now that I have my 3 pieces together, I'm going to hot glue them together, and I will just be stacking them, kind of crisscrossing them on top of each other. Okay, I want my box to say letters to Santa, and I couldn't find any pretty stickers at the Dollar Tree, so I already had this red paint, and so I just decided to hand paint it onto the box. Probably not the best work, but it works, and if I find better stickers, then I'll probably just replace those, but that's what it looked like once I was done. I'm trying to see how my green piece looks like, and I think I like it, so I am going to go ahead and grab some hot glue and glue my little bow into place. Okay, so I had this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, and honestly I wish it was black and white, but this is the only thing I had. I might replace it later, but anyway, so I decided it needed a little pop of something to give it more of a nicer look to my decoration. So I just cut 4 pieces and then glue the ends together, and then I just glue them onto my little decoration in between the greenery and my burlap ribbon. And this is what it looks like now. I think it looks a lot better. I really like how it turns out. Alright, so I have these big berries that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take 3 of them and I'm going to tie them together, and this will be added to my decoration that will go on top of the mailbox as well. And I also grabbed one of those decoration pieces that come with the clip on them, and I remove the pine cone and the cotton, and I'm gonna glue those into place into the middle of my bow. And now it's time to glue it into my mailbox, and for that, I'm gonna use a lot of hot glue on this. So I just place it on top and then push it down until it's a little bit dry so it doesn't fall off. And as my new mailbox flag, I'm gonna take this plastic that I already had on hand that came from another project, and I'm gonna cut it into a flag. You could use paper or something else that you might already have on hand. And this is what my mailbox looks like. I love how this turned out. I think I'm gonna put it in my daughter's room, and she's gonna have a very long list for Christmas, so I think it's gonna be perfect for her. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Which one was your favorite? Also, don't forget to check out my previous video, which is the thumbnail you're looking at right now. There is a surprise in there, and you want to be subscribed for this, so go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next DIY. Bye!